Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode. You're here with me, Sarit and Stevie K. Okay, today, guys, on this episode, we're going to be speaking about what we did behind our parents' back.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be a fun one. And the reason for that is why we're doing this one today is we've just been thinking about all the things that's been going on with the kids and how things have changed. Obviously, if you don't know, guys, we've got 4 children. 3 of them, 3 girls, all moved out. One's at uni in the second year, and they're all growing up. And we get to hear some of their stories that they tell us years later that they used to do or what they're getting up to. And it just got us thinking, didn't it? Mm-hmm. Like back in the days, the difference what it was for us growing up and how it is for them. And some of the things I was like, I need to hold back because this would be a good one for a podcast. And I'm quite looking forward to it because I want to know what Steve got up to. When he was younger, things he hasn't shared with me before. I'm sure there's many, Kenny, so don't even, and don't, I feel like you're going to be scared, like I'm going to have to be tiptoe around. We've been married for 26 years, guys, we've been married, so there shouldn't be anything that should scare him, that he thinks that I'm going to walk out that door, that, is like disturbing, that I shouldn't know about. Because boys do the dumbest stuff.
Never done anything dumb. Oh, I got married. Oh, that was a quick one. Okay,
and that was something you didn't waste no time on either. You just didn't want to let me go. Like, oh my God, don't want anyone else grabbing hold of her. Better marry her within that first week I've seen her.
That's what it was. Felt sorry for you.
You knew it. You knew it. I was the one.
Sorry for you.
Piss off. Asshole.
Okay, so that's what we're talking about.
Should we start off with you first?
No, I was going to say, well, obviously that's what we're going to be discussing. And yeah, I mean, come on. I was going to say the other thing was January is nearly almost over. Look how quickly the months went. Even though I have to admit, January has been quite a struggle.
It's just, right? I think it's been like that for everyone. It's just like every day just feels like, first of all, it feels like Groundhog Day. You're just trying to really make through it. And there's so many things I want to do, but I'm like, I don't want to do it because it's so bloody cold. Yeah. That's one of my main reasons. I have got that seasonal depression. Like, I don't want to be at the house, but I want to be at the house. Yeah. I've got a function tomorrow. I'm like, do I want to go? No, I don't want to go. I don't want to dress up. I don't want to shave my bloody legs. It's too cold by the time I step foot out the doorstep.
Then don't shave your legs. Just go like
They'll
that.
They'll grow again.
Just go like that. What do you care?
Well, if I wanted to wear a skirt, I can't really go like that, can I?
Yeah, but people won't know if it's a skirt, if it's a fashion thing. You could bring back hairy legs for women. Always someone starts something and everyone, carries on. Some women want to change their butts or their boobs or their lips or something else, and everyone else starts following suit, thinking it's trend. Then when they want to get rid of their butts and their boobs and their lips, then everyone starts following suit. So now, has anyone actually started hairy legs? You know what, Sonny? I don't care what women think. I don't care what women think. Here's my legs. They're hairy. This is how they should be. F you lot. And then maybe, can you imagine all the women who then go,
I want all the women in the comment section to let us know, have you left your hairy legs? Let January be over. Half of February, because that's how I'm feeling. February, maybe, I feel like I want to shave them. That's not the only thing that I haven't shaved. And for a fact, we're going to bring that back in as well, because there's no point.
Can I just say, and the weirdest thing that was in my head was, can you imagine all the women walk around with hairy legs and a skirt on, but you got probably more men with like shaved legs.
Is that so true?
Shorts. They're there like clean legs, all waxed, and all the women are there with hairy legs going.
Trim balls, trimmed everything trimmed, and we're like, we're letting it grow. The bush is growing.
Let it grow.
Let it grow. Can't be ours. Going back in the days.
And that's where we're going back in the days.
Hairy bushes.
What would have happened? Okay, forget that.
Steve's like,
you know what I mean? What would have happened back in the days if you had shaved your legs?
I would have got beaten. Black and blue.
Black and blue?
Blue. Did say boo, didn't I? Black and blue. Black and blue.
Okay, so you would have got beaten on black and blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think possibly the first time I did. Geez, it was a mission as well, man. Like, I just didn't even know how to shave. And obviously I've got to steal razors from somewhere. So either it was my dad's or probably just my dad's. I don't know whose they were.
So you used to...
we had PE.
So you shaved your hairy legs with your dad's razor.
Yeah.
So now we've started off. What first thing she did behind her parents' back? Use her dad's razor to shave her hairy legs. If he's watching right now, He's gonna know why
It's
you
not
used
the
to get
only
all the
thing I
rash.
shaved.
He's gonna be wondering why he used to get that rash on his face or his head.
No, I used to keep that one blade though, and stick his blade back on.
So you was
I'm not
considerate.
yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
not disgusting like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, under
was about to
armpits,
say.
and then your dad shaving his own face with that. No, so yes. I mean, come on. Back
So
in
at
the
least,
days,
okay, at least that's one thing.
No, we're
you
not-
shaved your legs without your parents knowing because you thought, or not that you thought, you knew they would beat the shit out of you.
I think I did get told off once. But hold on, we'll go back into that because that wasn't the only thing I shaved. No.
I don't. What? We don't want to know
Why
what
do
you
why
did.
you excuse me, but why are you acting? Me and you have been married for so long. You can have all these dirty ass conversations with me whenever you want to, and you're acting here like you're some
Because it's personal and private.
saint.
I am a saint.
Right, you joke
You know what I mean?
all the funniest things on TikTok,
I
everything.
joke.
Talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Because
and
I
me
joke.
just speaking about a bush kind of throws you off.
I saw something on Russell Peters.
That's not you, so can you be you?
Have you guys seen Russell Peters, the comedian? He done that, like, you know, it was like 80s or something like that, 80s Bush, 90s strip, landing strip,
Yeah,
2000s, what you call it, clean shaven,
yeah.
and then 2024, penis. That's not
So
mine.
true.
That's not mine. That's Russell Peters. Obviously, as you lot can see, I'm not a comedian, so I can't even pull it off in the way that he does.
Yeah,
But yeah, can you imagine Russell Peters saying,
2025 streets bringing back in the bush.
forget that. Just bring back the hairy legs first. Yeah, you can't even do that. Who cares? No one cares if it's the bush or if it's clean or whatever. No one's seeing it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm so scared because someone's gonna see. That's the thing. I can't bring back the hairy legs now, can I? No one's gonna know, other than you.
Anyway, yeah. So go on then.
So yeah.
What things did you get up to?
Hold on. So we're still on. We're still on.
Are we?
The hairy legs. Back in the days, it used to be difficult for us, and I want to know anyone else who feels the same way. Women my age, even now, I feel like it's still a thing. I'm just so shocked how strict parents are still. Like Asian parents are so freaking strict, and it shocks me because we've not been like that. And it was so difficult back in the days to do anything.
And viewers and listeners, I don't know, we get viewers and listeners mostly like now, UK and US and Canada. Maybe we had Australia as well. And put it this way, more and more we get in, like, you know, understanding from it is we don't have issue. You know, when we talk about all this stuff, anything, you know, about dating or relationships and all that, the issue and problem we don't get from people in India. People in India are just going, these are the times, even in India, okay? We don't get issues and problems from people from America or Canada or Australia, you know, who write to us. They're just like, I'm glad you brought this up. It was interesting. Oh my God, it's so relatable and this, that, and the other. The problem and issues we get is from people here in the UK, not white people, not black people, all very supportive. Indians that are actually born in the UK. They have issues with anything that other Indians are doing.
Yeah.
That are different to what they've been brought up, that to them is the norm. They start making it, what's your religion got to say about it? What's your culture got to say about it? What's your family got to say about it? I'm not going, huh? No, I'm not kidding. If you have a look, not just, we get personal, private DMs and everything. Not anyone else in the world, right? Doesn't matter what color it is. It's just British Indians got this thing. Even like I said, we could be celebrating Christmas, or we could talk about dating, or we could talk about shaving legs, or how our relationship is, or how we raised our kids, what we're thinking of, and the work that we're doing. And it's like everywhere's evolving.
Yeah.
Everywhere's becoming progressive. And even in, like I said, India, they're all doing this. Women are wearing skirts. They're dating. They're going out with their partners. They got boyfriends. They got clubs. Women are working. Doing all this stuff, and that is all everywhere. But the British Indians are the ones who just keep on going, I forbid it. I will never, tolerate my wife doing this. I will never tolerate my children doing this. I can't believe you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Allow this to happen, do this.
There's such a big percentage as well. This is why I'm saying I'm quite shocked, because obviously back in the days it was more or less everyone was like strict. Every parent, you assumed.
Yeah.
And you think now, because the way we brought our children up, that, you know, over time, like every person that you probably went to school with knows that they don't want to put that impact on their child as well. And things would have
Unless it
changed.
was positive.
Yeah.
Unless it worked positively
I'm talking
for
about
some
the
people.
things that, yeah. But so you just assume that everyone's going to be a bit like you know, things that, you know, you didn't, especially when you're going to school. Come on, you're going to school. I went to a Catholic school, and we had PE like 2 times a week, and having to wear skirts. So in a Catholic school, it was shorts and skirts, either one or the other. So like, I've got hairy legs. I'm getting bullied at school. So you know these things that you're like, what the hell? You have to shave, like sneak around and do these kind of things, which is normal, you know. But yeah, just thinking about it, it just shocks us like that. It's still carrying on these things, and you wouldn't expect it because you think, you know, you've got people, classmates, you think, you know, they're going to bring their kids up the same way as you. Like, it's, you know, those kind of things they know they struggled with. They wouldn't allow that with their children.
Yeah.
But it's not up to them at the end of the day. It depends on who they marry as well, their partner, whether they are their beliefs and everything are the same, you know, values and stuff. So it is. So it was shocking. I remember we went for that walk and we were like, talking about these messages that we get, like people
and
here.
The weird thing is, even the youngsters, like young British Indians, they find what these older British Indians are writing strange.
Yeah.
They're like going, what?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Many of them want to report them. Many of them want to, like, you know, write, and they're just like, I mean, you know. And the thing is, even then they're writing things like, we're old school. Yeah, can you hear the words? Old school.
Yeah.
It's back in the days. But yet, you know what they say is to us? This is what they say. Oh, you're like just trying to act modern and progressive. Says the people who are on a mobile phone, right? Probably an Apple made in America or something from China.
On an
app made by the, you know,
Talking to
Chinese
strangers.
Talking to strangers, leaving messages, but they're old school and we're modern and progressive. Doesn't make sense. So you know what it is truthfully, honestly, with these people, this is what I'm trying to say. We people back in the days, we probably, and you guys, many of them our age, and even now, I know there's many youngsters still, you know, have to hide behind their parents' back, and they
sad.
do things because they can't be themselves or be open and honest. So how is that a good relationship? Parents think, no, but it wouldn't mount their mind, they'll never do it, and I've seen that as well. But 20 years in the police force, when I used to go to people's houses, you know, these people were, some were religious, some, like, you know, you could see them at a mosque or a temple or a church every weekend with their family. And then the issues that you see and you come across people's families and stuff, and you go in and then they're putting their heads down, like, you know, this is what they portray and this is what they are.
And you know what, you're saying that, I'm gonna obviously I'm not gonna give no names or anything, but you know what came to my head straight away was when the kids were in high school, one of the girls in their school who goes to the temple, and she's Amrit Shakya and everything, right? So she's going to the temple every weekend, has to go and do a Punjabi school, but in school, this video that went viral of her doing like some gangster rapping
In the park.
oh
And she
my
had the face
god,
covered. So people won't know, but all the kids knew who it was.
and we're like,
Yeah, I know.
you're like, oh my god, you wouldn't, but I would melt. Like you said, you see this kid who's like in the
And-
temple and
and
all
only
like,
that, this kid would tell other Indians who were modern and, you know, not like that, but basically, oh, can't believe that you're wearing a skirt. You know, like basically picking on them for being like, you think you're white, you think you're this, and doing all this, and don't you go to the temple? Don't you do this? And it's like judging them for being different.
Yeah.
That you're not like us, and you know what, we are better than you. And then you find out that when parents and everyone ain't looking, these are the kind of viral videos they're making on the side,
so funny.
and everyone knew.
Poor girl, she didn't get told. Her parents didn't find out about it because she pleaded. Like if we found out, she pleaded with the school, and I think that he would have known as well that she would have been in big trouble.
Yeah.
That, and it is the difference. Our kids went to school, whether it was on trips and stuff, and they'd wear skirts or wear shorts, and they used to get picked on so much because they went to a school which was majority Asian, and they got picked on and called all sorts of stuff like you're coconut or you're this or you're that, and they found it really difficult to settle. Well,
But yeah.
to be accepted, to be honest. Whereas me, I went to a Catholic
Yeah.
school.
So, and what I'm trying to say is, for our kids, they didn't have to do things behind our backs.
No.
They could just be themselves.
Yeah.
And that's what we always done. Be yourselves. Don't, you know what? Don't be like other people. Your job isn't to be like everyone else.
Yeah.
Your job, or how I see life is and how we raised our kids it was more or less like, I mean, take the best out of everything. If you see someone white who's doing something and you're thinking this is really good, you know what, this, you can see that they've got a nice car, or they got a nice home, or they got they certain things that they do, or whatever. Take that. If it's someone who's black, someone who's Indian, someone who's Muslim, it doesn't matter. You take what you think is, you know what, I can learn from this. I could be a better human being, and I can progress in life. What can I learn from others that is good and positive? Not hold on to things that are old school, backwards, and make me feel unhappy, regardless of anything. And then your kids don't have to hide behind your back and drink, hide behind your back and do other things, sneak off and doing that. You rather, I always used to know when I was in the, when I was a kid, the amount of times that you hear your conversation between your parents and so-and-so's daughter or so-and-so's son was found, saw in the park, smoking. I told his dad, or something like that, or, you know what I mean? Or so-and-so told his dad or something, and he was there, my son never would. And I've seen him myself, and I'm like going, and it was something like, I never smoked, so I've never smoked in my life. I have drank. But it was always that kind of thing. But to be honest, my dad didn't have an issue with me having a drink, and I didn't drink till later anyway. And even then, I stopped drinking for ages. It didn't really appeal to me. I do drink now. But so I'm not trying to be saintly saint kind of thing, But I remember when I was 18, he bought a case of beer for us, for me and my friends, and we went to the park, and we didn't really drink much, to be honest. He went, you turned 18, here you go, and we took it to the park, played football, opened the cans. I think we had about one can each, and whilst we were playing football, we were more or less dazed anyway, so we didn't do it kind of so often, But the thing is, it's just, and even now, I know for a fact the amount of youngsters have to hide behind their parents' back to do things. And it shocks us, because we look at it and we're going, we thought things have changed. And, and things haven't changed, because when we read these comments, we're going, long as it's normal with everyone else, like now, if everyone's got a mobile phone, that's normal. It's not against the religion. It's not progressive. It's not modern. You buy a Merc or a BMW or a new car, it's not progressive or modern. Everyone's doing it. You go on an app and you write in comments, it's not progressive or modern. Everyone's doing it. So as long as everyone's doing it, it doesn't matter what background or religion you come from, it's okay to do. Even now, you know what? When you think about religion, majority of these people's religions are, you speak Punjabi, or you speak Hindi, or you speak Urdu, or, whatever it might be. Those are your first languages. Those would have been your first languages. But when you're talking English, isn't that modern and progressive? That's not your first language. Do you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry.
So he gets really passionate.
I get passionate about it.
It's annoying.
It's that. And then when youngsters reach out to us, I just find it, and they say, oh my God, this person, can I just and I'm going, ignore them. They're not going to change. They're always going to be preaching this, living this way, and they're going to teach this to their children.
And whether their children abide by it or have to for a certain point, and then you watch the turning point. And
I know there's many viewers and listeners out there who also had parents like this and did things behind the parents' back. No one here is whiter than white. Acting on, nah, me never.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It was quite difficult for me at school. Obviously, that's one thing I did was shaving my legs and stuff. And being a Catholic school, girls used to really dress well. The white girls would wear skirts up to here, whether they wear tights with it or not, or whether they just wear socks. I had to wear freaking skirts all the way to my ankles, right? Stop laughing.
So it was all right to have hairy legs then?
But I had... Exactly, it was. But I had a split there's this one trend out, it was in 1994, because I'm about third year or something, and it was the long dresses, so even the white girls were wearing these now as well, but it's got splitting, but it's got buttons all the way at the front, and you can still see your legs in it because it's got split just as tiny bit at the front. And with that skirt, with gills, it was this long socks were out as well, so you kind of roll them down. If anyone remembers back in the days, those long socks are like footballer socks, but you roll them down and you make them look perfect. They were like little, I don't know, rings. This just went up, yeah. And I don't know whether it was everyone wearing them, I can't remember, but I used to get picked on with them as well. Why are you wearing them? Because I used to have them, everyone had them rolled down and I had them up, so they were quite high with my skirt, which looks stupid. But so what happened is, obviously I started getting picked on. I'd go to school and I'd roll them down just like the girls did, and when I'm going back up, I'd roll them back up. Isn't that sad?
Fantastic.
That's sad, isn't it?
Of course,
I used to get picked on so much. Yeah. So that was one of them.
What else did you do?
The hair on my legs. Obviously, The upper lip was a big story as well. That's like a story I could go forever. When I did my upper lip first time round, I got bullied big time.
Well, you did that behind your parents' back as well.
Yeah, but I couldn't hide from that because
Obviously, unless you put a tosh on, a fake one, and walked around.
yeah, you know what someone looks like when they shave when a boy or anyone shaves for the first time on any part of their face and it just stands out. Well, with mine, it was a worse than that, and I had I didn't shave it actually. What am I saying? I didn't even shave it. I used Imac,
Oh,
and you know the story. And I've got sensitive skin, so I'm going to leave that story for another day. But boy, that story scarred me for life. What else have I done?
yeah, I'm surprised it didn't scar you for life.
I've never touched it after that again. I
There
don't
you
know how
go.
women do it. It stinks. It smells awful. Yeah, but obviously I didn't know anything better. I'm getting bullied at school. I'm not even getting bullied at school. I'm getting bullied by my brothers as well. Not all of them, but one in particular used to bully me.
Actually, to be honest, I am going to be honest.
Did you bully your sisters?
No, I didn't bully my sister. I think I used Imac once
Did you
for
really?
my
Oh,
moustache. And you know what ended up happening was my face got red and
Kenny, why is it so weird that you do the same things that I've done?
It burnt my top of my lip, so you can just see it. Actually, it was really
Okay,
sore.
this is exactly what happened, but I'm going to talk about this one day, like properly, like because it's a long story.
Because it's like I want to get rid of the
But
hair, but I didn't.
Ken,
I was scared to use a razor.
This is the first. I've been married to this man for 26 years, and this is the first time I've ever heard this. So that is such a shock. And the worst thing about it is, it's like so many things that we've done. This one is the first I've ever heard. There's something that you've done before that I've done as well, which is so shocking that we've done the same
We've
thing.
done similar stuff. We've gone through
How
similar experiences.
Weird. Do you
Yeah.
not think that is just so weird?
We've both been bitten by a dog. But Sweet's case was she got bitten by a dog, and you obviously she got bitten quite bad. She still got the bruise, so she was taken to hospital, so everyone was aware. Mine, I got bitten by a dog in my backyard, and basically I didn't tell my parents. I bit my thigh, and I knew that if I tell my parents,
You'd get
because
beaten.
I let the dog out, it wasn't our. Basically, I think we had our own dog in Alsatian, German Shepherd, whatever you want to call it, and my dad brought my uncle's dog, which was a white German Shepherd, and I think he bought it for breeding or whatever. And I used to take his white German Shepherd Prince for walks with my uncle anyway. So he used to live in Wolves. We used to live down this side. And so my dad brought him down. And I used to like I like dogs anyway then. And during the day, I ended up just letting him out. I let him out. And then he was running around fine, okay. And then all of a sudden I realised what the time was. And I was telling him he had to go back in. And I was like going, get back in. And he didn't want to get in. And I was like, shit, if he's not going to get back in, I'm going to get in trouble. So I picked up a stick, said, get back in, and he bit me.
Oh.
He bit me on the leg, and then he then got scared, like, what the heck have I done?
Really?
Yeah, his face was just like, oh, like that, because I was just like, I didn't hit him. I just picked up a stick, I'm like, in! And he just went, like
And the fact that you had...
And then he ran in, like, oh shit, I've just done this and I shouldn't have done this. I locked the door, like him, and I could see like blood coming in my leg. So I wrapped it up with something, put my trousers on, I went there and I put Dettol on it, I think it was. And I was there and it was like bruising up, like when the fang marks out. It wasn't so deep because I think he went to just like that, and he just like realized what he was doing. And I was like, had those, but when you get those little bumps kind of thing. I had that, and I all day, like, what's up to your leg?
Okay, so you could have got infected, right?
And I was there going, I put Dettol on, I was smart enough for that. I was about 11, 12, I think
you
it
might
was.
gangrene, your leg fall off.
Yeah, that's what it was. And then I basically, I think I made the excuse of that I was playing football and I hurt myself.
What? And the fact that you couldn't tell your parents something like this, because you'd get
I
backhanded.
thought I'm going to get, it wouldn't have been the dog bit me. You were like, don't go easy. You know,
why did you open the door? All the typical
like,
Indian dialogues.
Yeah. And yeah, then my dad would have had to go at my mum and like going, yeah, you left him at home, and then and my mum would have had it, and I thought, no, I can't go through all that rigmarole. Let's just walk around.
Anyway, okay, so look, he takes the story elsewhere. We're talking. I can't, like, he's trying to get rid of the story of him and his Imac. I'm so shocked.
I did
I'm
try to
so
get rid of it. I'm
shocked.
just saying that it just went to lead to one to the
Yeah,
other.
but you were still going to go back
Yeah,
to
okay.
that first of all. But that again, so there's a couple of things that, which is again, the IMAC one. Really, this is the first time I've heard of it. First time you've ever told me. The dog, yes, that's happened. We've both been bitten. Thirdly, the third thing we've done, which again is so strange. I put something in my ear as I was a child,
Yeah.
and you did as well.
Yes.
You were took to the hospital.
I was taken to the hospital.
I was told I was mad. I can
Yeah,
feel something.
I go with that. I was thinking marbles are missing there.
I felt like I had
I still
marbles.
think her brain is rattling around in there somewhere.
Honestly,
I don't think there's something that was in here.
So whenever I used to tell him, I said, "There's something." So can you imagine? From a child, I had it all the time until I met him. I was like, "There's something rattling in my ear." It's been there for years, and he's like, "Yeah, it's your brain." No shit. Yeah, but that's something we've done as well. I will talk about that experience as well, and why. Honestly, we've had some crazy stuff happen. But yeah, IMAC.
You had. Sorry, can I go? She had glass in her ear. I had, a what you call it? It was
A seed from
A seed
something, because you wanted to
something.
plant a tree in your ear for some reason. That's
Shut up.
Why
I just
would you
put it,
do-
I don't know. I was little, I just put it in there. And then I was like, oh. And then my mum had to take me to the doctor and they couldn't get it out, so I had to go to the hospital. Yeah, I remember that. She bought me a little E.T. toy.
Yeah.
E.T. had just come out. And it made me happy. So, good memory. Afterwards.
yeah, mine's
It was horrible, man. The washy, water that they have to put in your ear.
Yours is a good
Oh.
memory. Mine's a really sad memory for why I did
All
what
your
I did.
memories are sad, though.
Yeah.
You know
had
what I
a
mean?
Really, really sad life.
And no wonder she had to do so much stuff behind her parents' back.
Yeah. I think that putting a glass in my ear, you probably think, what the hell did she do that for? This is when, and this is how long back it was. I was probably about 4 years old when it happened. And can you believe I had it in my ear up until I married this guy? And I was in my 20s, 23, I think I had it removed. And I went to the doctors and he was like, yep, there's definitely something in there. And I was like, but I used to tell the parents all the time there's something. I thought I was mad. I'm sure I did. Like, what is this? Like, there's something in my bloody ear rattling about. I don't think they thought it was a big deal. And I just used to leave it, right? It was so bad. I even remember how it used to feel, even up until now, because that's 23, four takeaway. I was 23 years old. How many years of my life that I had this glass in my ear rattling about?
Still can't hear me now when I talk to her.
And the reason, should I just tell you what that story, why
No,
that
because
happened?
you didn't do it behind your parents' back, or did you do it?
They didn't know about it,
So you did do it behind your parents' back?
but they didn't. They were too busy in their freaking argument. That's what was going
I
on.
thought
So
you were going to say sex life.
yeah, I wish. I remember it so clearly. So I'm like 4 years old. I'm sitting on the floor.
4 years old?
Yeah.
Wow.
I must have been about 4 years old, even probably younger, but I remember it clearly and it's crazy. I remember me doing it as well. So there's an argument going on in the house. This is our first house and there's an argument and my dad's fuming and my grand's come over as well. And I remember she stood behind me because the house was very quite small. She was in the hallway kind of way, which led into the front room. And I don't know what the argument was about. I'm too small to understand. I just see all this. And I think it's a distraction. I wanted to distract myself from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So I'm playing whatever. And then all of a sudden, my mum walks in with a tray of food and stuff. And he smacks that tray. He smacks that tray and it goes flying and everything goes flying on the wall. Everything breaks. There's dal on the wall. There's a cup on the floor, broken, shattered in pieces. And obviously I found a piece and I've kind of picked it up and I'm playing with it and I stick it in my ear. And from 4 years old, I had that same...
Did you not tell your parents that
Same.
I just put a glass in my ear?
Well, I was 4. I don't think I was like, oh, excuse me, I've just stuck something down my ear hole.
Why didn't you just eat the food that was on the floor? Why would you pick the glass up and go, you know what?
I don't even...
This is interesting. Yeah, I know.
I don't even know if like I did it straight away.
I at least put the food in my ear.
Yeah, you can't even say anything. How are you doing thinking of growing some
I
kind of apple
don't
tree
know.
down your ear?
And you know, the sad thing was I was much older than that. I'm sure I was about 7 or 8.
Exactly. So I'm 4, like, but yeah, and can you believe all those years that I had that and I could feel it growing up, like rattling about, and it was only until I got married that I told the doctors I'd gone and seen them and they're like, yeah, and they kind of got this big, so I didn't have to go to the hospital.
You had a syringe.
He had this massive syringe, so he squeezed it straight into my ear, and obviously the bowl was under my ear as well.
Yeah.
and you heard it. You heard the glass drop straight into the bowl,
Right.
right to the bottom, and it's crazy, isn't it? It's shocking that that's what actually happened.
Okay,
like
what
out of
else?
20,
What else?
20 had
Odd years ago. See,
That's
so
mad.
what else have you done behind their back?
Okay, so one thing I used to do is now I'd moved to gone to high school. No, I've moved high school. Sorry, so I'm doing sixth form in a new school, and it's you can wear what you want, so it's no uniform. Whereas my old school, I had to
Non-uniform
wear. I had no, so it was only non-union. So in my, I'd changed. So I've got a Catholic school I went to when
And you
I
had to wear a
did.
uniform.
Yeah, I had to wear a uniform, blazer, skirt, whatever, tie. Going to sixth form, I moved school nearer. I don't know why we didn't end up going to that school at the very beginning anyway, when it was so much closer to us.
Right.
We were going all the way
And
further afield.
you didn't have to wear a uniform.
Didn't have to wear a uniform.
Is that because they knew that people in your area can't
Shut
afford
up, I'm not-
uniforms?
You're,
You know what I mean?
You're so not even funny.
I'm just wondering, like those bills. that
To be
people
honest,
couldn't,
so we used to get
couldn't
like
afford. Oh, you like got maintenance allowance, free uniforms. So,
we had
so then there shouldn't have been a problem.
when we were little.
I just thought it was just like maybe because they knew people can't afford it there. So, just wear your own clothes. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. We know. We know.
You act like you were such a
I'm
millionaire.
I'm
You came
just
from the
saying.
shittest ghetto place.
Hey,
I don't even know what you're going on
it's
about.
not ghetto.
Don't
all right.
even. Don't cuss my hometown.
You know it.
I'd rather still, even now, if I had a choice, I'd rather be where I'd rather live where I grew up than live where you were.
Because everyone's related.
I don't give a shit what it was.
Go on,
No, it
carry
was
on.
nice.
Okay, nice.
I'm
go on.
sorry, I
So
could
wait,
not
wait,
live.
Wait.
I could not live.
Yeah, we wouldn't
No.
allow you to. I
wouldn't want to.
Just get on next.
Don't, you know what? Don't start me.
Go on.
So we moved, going back, we moved to.
So you wore suit salwar to your non-uniform school now. You had to wear Indian traditional clothes because that's all you owned. Because I know for a fact, your parents wouldn't have got you anything.
Okay, that's true. So when I went to high school, the Catholic school, we had it used to be called Mufti Day, where you can wear what you want to wear. And it was really bad because I remember it clearly, and I think it only happened once. I mean, why didn't it happen every year that I was there? The once, and I had to go and ask my cousin sister to borrow her. Why were they allowed to wear English clothes? And when I say English clothes, my kids laugh. They're like, "Why do you call it English?" I'm okay, just normal jumper and trousers or whatever. I was living in Asian clothes since
See,
birth.
but there you
I
go.
think.
Can you see? That's the conversation I was having earlier. That these people, like like we were talking about, that you see, like you now in that position, are saying, I wasn't allowed to wear English clothes. See, that is what you class it. You classing, Indian traditional wear that you will wear at home as normal wear.
Yeah.
That is English clothes.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm trying to say. It's like, so when is progressive and modern, okay
Yeah.
with society?
Yeah.
Oh, now when we're wearing jeans or we're wearing tops and t-shirts or whatever it is, back then you would have classed it as English clothes.
Yeah, yeah. So the kids find that funny when I say that, like, you wore English clothes. Yeah, because I lived in suits. I think as far as I remember, I was probably born in one. I don't know. It's
Born in a suit. You came out.
swear.
Pop, here you go. It's
I
a girl
don't-
in a suit.
I
You know what I mean? She's Indian.
I don't.
She's Indian. Yep. Okay. That's
Surprised I
mine.
didn't have a bindi. Like, I honestly, I don't remember wearing any English clothes. I know, but I've got pictures in me in dresses, like when I was younger. Like, me and my sister, we both got this kind of same dress, but in different colours. But I don't remember those times. But it would only be like, I'd wear that dress if we were going out to the park or it's a nice summer's day. I remember we wearing a dress for primary school, because you had to wear summer dresses for primary school. So obviously, other than my school uniform,
Okay, you talk about your whole life story
Yeah,
now.
but-
We want to talk about the things you did behind the back.
we will get there. Other than my school uniform, I didn't own anything. So when I had Mufti Day, going back to the Catholic school, Mufti Day, I had to ask my cousin sister, and it wasn't me. Like, I had to first of all convince my mom, look, it is, I've got to get some clothes. So we'd gone over, and I remember what I wore as well. I wore purple jumper, so it was a knitted purple jumper and purple trousers. And I thought I was the bomb. When I say bomb, why did I say that for the word the bomb? I thought I was something special in that. I was
Again,
like,
that's old school. That is like back then that you would have said
the
not now.
bomb. Yeah. But yeah, I thought I was, wow, oh my God, I look amazing in this. And it wasn't even mine. So I didn't own any English clothes. So going back to that. So
we
now
don't need to know about your school thing unless it was something you did behind your parents' back. Don't tell us your
I
life
want
story.
people to know. I want people to know, like, that's what I came from. Okay, we're gonna cut it, all those kind of things.
Because we
to the
got
story.
loads of people are probably, there's loads we could talk about what we've been through.
Okay.
But this is what you done behind the back.
So behind the back, yeah. Well, then why did you talk about all your seed in the ear and
That I did
biting?
I did do that behind my parents'
Yeah,
back.
but then you bite it.
And they didn't know about my dog bite. So I
but-
did it behind their back.
Not the whole full. Okay, cool. What else gonna? So what I used to do is when I'd moved school now, so I'm doing sixth form. Yes, we were allowed to wear whatever we wanted. It wasn't because we were poor. It was because we're sixth form. Obviously, below that you wear a uniform. In sixth form, you get to wear what you want to. And I was doing business study, and I was told we have to wear office kind of clothes. But no, I was brought jumpers from the market that covered up to my arse, and trousers that grannies would wear, and it was embarrassing, right? So I had to kind of convince my auntie, like, not even convince her, just tell her, they keep calling me into the office and telling me, like, I need to wear office clothes. And then eventually they had a whole meeting with the school, like the sixth form upstairs, and they told, like now we're going to keep tabs on people who are not wearing what they should be wearing. Office clothes. We're letting you wear what you want to wear, but it's office
I
clothes.
think that's discrimination. You should be able to wear Indian suit to office. Honestly.
So
Certainly when you're born in one.
I've told my auntie, and she's gone and she's like, okay, she's convinced my mom and whatever else not, and we've gone shopping together and brought a couple of things, and I was still scared to wear those things. Like, they were like just skirts, still long, and I was scared to wear them. Anyway, now I'm getting to the comfortable. I'm getting my own. I was like, you know what? This is what I should be wearing. So what I used to do is, knowing that I was scared to go down past the parents to wear these clothes, which I'm supposed to be wearing, I used to go to school with whatever on first, a pair of trousers, walk up to school, wait around the corner, run back home, and get into the clothes that I should be wearing.
After your parents had left home.
After they've left home. So obviously they'd gone to work and stuff, and I'd change into what I had to wear and go to
Why
school.
can't you just take the clothes in your bag and just get changed in the
Because I didn't want to
toilets?
go into school wearing something.
Because I know so many girls did that, do that, or did that and do that. You know what I mean? That basically just take their clothes in their bags, and when they get to school, they change their clothes because
Yeah.
their parents won't. They have to leave home looking a certain way,
Yeah.
and then they'll get changed before they're going back home.
Yeah, that
So-
probably did happen. I don't know anyone who did that.
I knew of that back then.
I just assumed that everyone went through the same thing, like all the Indian girls.
No, I think
in secondary
many
school, we never
did,
spoke about
and
it.
I'm just saying many. I think many, but all these experiences, we heard this stuff.
Yeah.
The lads would be talking. See, she does this and that, because we would also know, because the communities, the way that they were, we would know more or less everyone in the area. We would know what their parents are like, and everyone knows everyone, that they can tell somehow someone is a cousin of somebody, and they're going, oh, how come she keeps on changing or whatever. And same with the guys. Why is that? His dad's like that. Oh, his mom's like that. That's why they have to act like that. That's why they run off from there. That's why they Skype. That's why they, it was
Yeah, we
always
used
like
to
that.
hear parents talk about other people's kids as well. They're doing this or that's happened, this happened. But yeah, I had to go home and change my clothes and then go to school late. And then when I go to school late, people see me. I'll walk into the office and the boys were like, yeah. Because I was quite new in the school as well. And I was called a certain,
Here we go.
you know what I was called? Because I tell him.
Here we
They used to go, potential. Now I look at it, I used to think, yeah, man, they like me. But now I look at it, I'm thinking, that's just a horrible word to be called, potential. You could potentially be my girlfriend. You got potential. That's horrible. Back then, I used to be like, yeah, man, I'm something. These guys like me.
That's sad.
It is sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really sad.
We wouldn't have done that. Me and my mates wouldn't have said that or anything like that to anyone. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
I think we were just too involved in playing football and doing other
Which
stuff.
showed-
Training. We just like, we could,
Which
what I mean?
showed
We
back
could be
then-
friends with girls or talk to them, but we just like went into, not being bad, but it was just like we had other things, other priorities.
Yeah, but we showed back then you did it. It was because you were just like,
You wanted to be seen.
finally,
and
I was being
noticed,
seen and
and
I was liking
feel
it.
like this is how
Yeah.
I would like to look and be, instead of what
Hidden?
I'm hidden.
I don't even know what that
And-
or she was.
And who I am, who people are telling me to be and look, but I don't even know why I am this way.
Yeah.
But yeah, you still had relatives who were dressing and being, like the way that you wanted to.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, oh, you know, everyone else is the same and you're the only rebel you're more or less going, how come it's okay for all them lot that I know that I'm the only one who cannot?
Yeah, even my sister, she was wearing like combat. She was like a little tomboy when she was growing up. It was fine for her. It was fine for her. So yeah, that's another thing. What else? Hold on. Why is it all about me? What about you? What else have you done? I want to know the truth. Don't even.
I remember.
See where the smile go on.
No, the only thing it's not easy. You know, you're in front of a podcast and you're trying to think of things that you've done that behind your parents' back. I remember ironing once, and I ironed what you call it. I decided to iron. I learned the hard way, right? I like to iron my own clothes, but at that time I was just learning how to iron. So I think I was ironing my school trousers, and I only had my underpants on because I wear boxers now, but obviously back then they weren't underpants. I mean, not boxers. There was like those probably Y fronts or something.
Everyone's picturing you now in underpants,
just
ironing clothes.
Some badass Y fronts, some weird ass colour, I'm sure. No tighty whities because they wouldn't have been white.
I'd like to see that version of you now.
And anyway, so it would have been that, and I was stupid idiot decides to iron his trousers right on the floor, you know, like typically Indian style, not on the ironing board, but towel on the floor, step my trousers, ironing, just in my underpants, and the hot iron touched my leg.
Ouch.
And I tell you, it was so much pain that again, I couldn't tell my parents. I had basically a boil.
You done a lot of things to your leg.
On my leg, right? And that yellow pus was coming out of it. I'm not kidding. And I still couldn't tell my parents. I put a bandage around my leg. I was in agony for days on end.
But you still remember that it must have been
like
that bad.
I was going, I do not want to tell my parents.
Oh, and the fact that you've got to wear trousers on top of that as well. It will hurt.
It was not good. And you know the amount of times that I've been in some sort of difficulty or pain that my eyes are watering. I'm so much pain that I can't even say, I want to go to the hospital, or I'm hurting, or I've done this, because I thought, more juttiyan. Not that my parents, to be honest, my parents didn't really hit me or anything. It wasn't, they weren't like, oh God, my mum hit me or my dad hit me. Neither of them, to be fair. If it ever happened, it happened about once or twice, in the sense of, I even know those were extreme circumstances. Again, probably deserved it then. But they never were like that. It was just the fear. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, oh God, I'm going to look at my dad's eyes, and then what he's going to say. And majority of the time, he'll say it to me, and then he'll say it to my mum, and I'm like going, she don't deserve this. You know what I mean? I'm going, Danda Pika. I was like going, damn. You know, like back then, you just like look at your parent, and you're going, forget this, man, I'd rather die. You know, just seeing them come through the door and you're going, they're going to find this out.
Yeah.
I just need to kill myself somehow, hide. What? Now your kids come and went, Dad, I just burnt the house down. All right. Like going, where are we going to live? I'm like going, shit happens, aren't you insured? You know what I mean? It'll be like that, and you're going,
geez, my son, our son yesterday, he was in the kitchen like, bro. I was like, who's your bloody bro? I'm your mum. Like, do you know what I mean? Just imagine we calling our parents like bro or...
Yeah, our daughter's like, what, sort him out, you know what I mean? What the heck is on
They
about?
can talk. They were just as bad. Just because they don't remember, they used to back chat. They used to stomp up the stairs and say whatever they want to. In fact, sometimes they used to say whatever, I don't want to talk to you ever again. You'll be the last person I ever talk to you. You know, have their little fits and stuff. Just imagine.
If I said to my dad, I'm never going to talk to you ever again, don't look at me like that, he would have just gone...
And that's
he would have actually looked at it with the eyes more open. I would have gone, look at me as whatever way you want, man. My suitcase would have been packed. I would have been walking.
Honestly, I feel that because...
But the thing is, it wasn't respect. It was fear.
It was fear.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It wasn't, oh God, yeah, but people respected their parents then.
Yeah.
It wasn't respect.
No.
There was fear.
Yeah. That's all they
You know
did.
what I mean? Because
fear in
respect is, regardless of me doing something wrong or something that I shouldn't have, I respect my parent to be able to go up there and say, look, I know I'm probably going to get in trouble and I probably deserve it, but I did this.
Yeah.
I respect you. It was more or less like, oh shit, man. I'm going to get... Even the telling off is worth them getting beaten up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like that. Now, like I said, now kids are now no fear.
They haven't.
But I don't know if they got respect, but they ain't got fear. The
No.
fear's not there because, again, society. If you're certainly brought up here, you used to be shit scared of your teachers.
Yeah.
I used to be fearing my teachers. I used to go shit. Soon they look at and go, stand over there. You're going, "Damn, this is embarrassing." And not only that, I'm going to be, oh my God, now they're going to tell my parents. I mean, my mum only had to say something like, "I'll tell your dad when he comes home." Something, and you're like going, "Damn," or "I'm going to tell your uncle." And you go, "Oh, and my uncles didn't even really shout much, but you're like going, authority figure, damn.
Yeah.
And the school was the same thing. You look at them and you're going, not that I ever went, but if you was told that, oh, you need to go to head teacher's office or something, you're like thinking, oh shit, what have I done? But it didn't matter. Any teacher you looked up. Now, the teachers, they just look at them because the teachers can't give any discipline or shout or be whatever. Kids just look at them as their mates. They just like, what they're gonna do?
Yeah.
What they're gonna do? And even that, what's the parents gonna do? So unless you got a parent who backhands you and cuts you off from the world, that you're not talking to other people, who are going, "How dare you, man? You can't do that. That could go to jail for that." And you're like going, "Can you?" Crime Stoppers. I just want to tell you that my friend is getting beaten up by his dad every day. I don't want to disclose my name, but he's about this high. His daddy is brown. You know what I mean? It would be like that. So they're like, "No, don't talk to other people. You stick to the people that you know. Because if we all beating up our children in the same way and raising them in the same way, they can't tell each other." It's the same with women. Long as their women were talking to the same women with the same mentality, same background, same views, no one's going to put that seed in. Because when there was one who went, "I'm going to go to and study," and then you're like going, and then you're like, so-and-so, she's going to study. Yeah. Oh, now she's going to be progressive and modern. Don't you ever think that you're going to be going, you're going to learn from her. Then she's going to be wearing skirts, and then that's what you're going to do. It's got to quickly put all those seeds in that. That one's going to be a bad influence. So I'm going to already tell you, even though she might be a nice person, I'm going to tell you that she's a bad influence. And you know what? Her kids are going to be messed up. Everyone's going to be messed up. That's what they did. It was the way to do it. So, anyway. and it gives me the opportunity to tell you, number one, I've been a police officer for 20 years. So what... And this is why I think Sweet and I have always gone, okay, we want to raise our kids the way that we want to. We want to have our marriage and a relationship the way that we want to. I've seen what my upbringing was. Yeah? Everyone around me. And friends and family around me. Sweet's had hers. And then I've also seen 20 years of policing. And it's not just Indian families. It's every family. And you look and you're going, okay, I can see what that person's kid's like. They could be a really nice home.
Yeah.
But I can see what they're upbringing. And I've had to work with kids because I've done 10 years in schools. So it was primary and secondary school. So I looked at it and I was just going, and I saw what the relationship with the parents were like.
Yeah.
And each time when you was like picking this up, it didn't make no difference. You was just going, when you talk to these kids and you listen to them, you realize that many of them can't have a proper relationship with their parents. And then when you found out and you went into the homes, you realize that the parents didn't really have a relationship with each other. It was like, I need to be like this because everyone else is like this. I need to be like that because everyone else is like that. We can't turn around and say, but I don't think this is okay.
Yeah.
Because straight away it's like, what do you mean? What? Where's this come from? Who's filling your head in? And it's the same with the kids.
Yeah.
So when they're doing things behind people's backs and ears, they continuously do things. And many times you'll find out those wives are also doing things behind their backs. But also, those husbands are also doing things behind their backs. Because the picture that they're painting, they can't allow everyone else to find out, including their wife and their kids, that I'm doing this. Because if you now see it or find out, then you like to see I'm breaking protocol.
Yeah.
It allows you lot to do it. Therefore, I cannot.
And because they do it as well, they believe that everyone else is the same as well. Do you know what I mean?
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
So no one can be trusted because if I can do it, then everyone must be doing it.
Yeah.
So everyone always on edge, keeping my eye out. I mean, if you read David Goggins' stories, he'll tell you about his father. He used to do everything, but he always told his sons how to be and how his wife should be.
Yeah.
Listen to it, read it. You know what I mean? So it's not just Indians, but he's, black, American, and so he'll tell you. You read his book, if you want. Can't hurt me. He's gone through all that beatings and everything because his father thought, but kept his wife, his mum under control, and he wanted to keep his sons under control. This is the way. and it's that kind of thing. So it doesn't change, and that's what I said.
Yeah.
Unless, and everyone keeps on going, yeah, but we're old school. It's okay. It's normal. Okay, if it's working and you're happy and everyone around you's happy, good on you. I always say, live and let live. Works for you, fantastic. But if it's not working for other people, let people be who they want. It's one life. Live your life. You live yours. Let them live theirs. But it's that, like I said, if it's not normal to them, then it's not normal. Unless everyone's doing it. That's the thing.
It's true.
So, and then what you're going to do is you're going to keep on having kids, youngsters, keep doing things behind backs. But if you look deeply, certainly if you like youngsters, if you really look deeply into your parents, you'll find out they're also doing things behind people's backs. You just don't see it. But if you do, you will find it. Trust me.
It's true.
Anything else? I can't think.
No.
The only thing is, I can't think
I
of
think
anything.
there's a lot of things you did, like, you know, you had no choice but to do, whether it's bunking off school, going out with people, all those kind of things, wearing lipstick, wearing makeup, all that. That's just, I think it's just still the same thing. You know what I mean? But
I mean, I do remember we went and got a move, like loads of lads came to my house. I think we were about 15, 16, or we just left school. I think we left school and we just all wanted to hang out together. So we were only about 16. And I think we got movies from the shop. And they all came back to my house. My house was closest to school. So they all came back to my house. And I remember, house was just full. And we went to decided to go to the local office, right, to see if they're going to serve us, right? And we went there and we just went, like, just walked in trying to act all, like, you know, got no uniforms on or anything. Going, so what did we buy last time? We're doing this kind of conversation. He goes, we had that, I didn't like it. And I was like going, yeah, I didn't like it either. You should just have some beers. And they were like going, no, I had some beers, you know, it just doesn't set on my... Like you were like older guys. And went, you know what, let's try that Lamb's Navy rum. Never had that. Might be all right. Can we have a bottle of that, please? And he went, yeah, okay. We all chipped in. So if you think there was about 10 of us, and the bottle then probably was about 10 quid. So I think we all put about £1 in each somehow. Like, we got a bottle and got some like Coke, and we just like got some. I think I had crisps and stuff at home anyway. We came back with the like bottle, and we like, as soon as we left the shop, we were like so proud of ourselves. We were like, we were only about 15, 16 I think we were. And we went, oh my God, how did we like, you know, pull? We didn't all go in the shop. I think 3 of us went in the shop.
yeah,
All the all the others like hidden around the corner.
Did you like have a script before you went in?
Nah,
How are you going to do it?
We just played
Just
it by
went.
ear, man. It was just like, just go in. We just made sure we had the, I don't know, which, like, that the people that are going to be, we're just going to be
No
cool.
way.
We're just going to be cool. Act.
I can't
Be
see.
cool.
There's a big difference between you and our son. I can't see my son in a year and a half's time doing
Nah,
something like that.
no.
He wouldn't be at 15.
Yeah,
Like, he's coming on 14.
So after we just left secondary, we were just like that, and we just went there, and I'm sure it was about that. And then we just got this bottle to
can't
our
even
place,
pic-
and we didn't.
Do you know what
finish.
it was? It
What?
was a typical. It must have been an Asian guy who served you, right?
Yeah, but he was a really strict Asian guy because he used to see us all the time because it was a shop that you had to go through. We had basically we had 2 campuses of our school, our secondary school. We had the main one, which was around the corner from our house, and then we sometimes had to do a class or sports at another one, which was in the other direction.
Yeah.
So we would sometimes midway have to leave this school to go to the lesson to the other school.
Right.
And we used to have to sometimes pop into his shop, but he was like this guy who just always looked miserable.
Right.
Yeah, but he was an Asian guy, but he had just hair around the sides here, and he just looked like, you know what, he's going to tell you off for anything. So, and out of all those, we just thought, let's just give it a go, man.
There's no harm in it. Give it a go. The worst it could be, he ain't gonna give it us.
Yeah, so we gave it a go.
But he was an Asian guy, and he's like, yeah, I need to make the money today.
He just
Don't
gave-
care. You youngsters gonna get pissed.
Yeah,
I don't
so-
blame you. I've got a miserable life sitting in the shop. A miserable wife.
And so, yeah, we just back. I think, you know what, out of 10 of us, I think we had just 1 drink each, and I think we were all right. That's it, we were done. And then they were like, going, we're going to hide the bottle. You know, so.
The hype.
So it was like, now, where we're going to hide the bottle? So I ended up going, you know, no point spilling it. We spent money on it, and then we can always catch up in the summer holidays, you know, if we want to, if it's possible. I went, okay. So we're trying to like plan who's going to take it with them, and everyone's like, I can't take it with me. I don't know what to put it here. My parents find out. I'm walking there with a bottle in my hand, and all this stuff. So everyone's like, still worried. Parents are going to like, So again, what I ended up doing was, okay, I need to hide it. I've got to hide it in my house. Where can it not be found? Okay, I'll hide it in my parents' bedroom. At more places, you know what? It's that thing. Like they will say, the best place to hide from the monster is in the monster's belly, because that's the last place he's going to check. So I went, okay, if I hide in my bedroom and I get caught, then I'm screwed. If I hide it anywhere in the house and it's like seen, everyone knows because my dad didn't drink. And so I'm going to get screwed. Who else is going to have it? I've got sisters, I've got my grand, I've got my mom. No one else is going to bring alcohol in this house. So, parents' bedroom. They had basically this pantry thing in their room where you can hang things up. So I just put it on the shelf behind that, because I went, they hardly ever go there, and their last place they're going to look is in their own bedroom. They had this last compartment. So it was just there. So, yeah, I had it there.
There you go. I feel like there's a lot more things that I could share, which would be funny, that I actually got caught on doing rather than that I did behind the backs, because they're a bit boring, to be honest, like sneaking about, just the change of clothes whilst I'm going to school and stuff. Or what else was it what I've mentioned? There wasn't much, was there? Shaving my legs. There's not much. Didn't get caught for it.
I think that I've probably done fair more stuff.
I can't think of
I
feel like there's a lot more of like the things that I did get caught doing. But that'd be another one. That'd be another
See,
story.
I think this is the thing. I think mine was more of what I didn't get caught doing, and Sweets was more of what I did get caught doing, and then
the after story.
But the reason, again, I'm not going to bring their stories up, but it was nice listening. Like my daughter, like when she came over Christmas, she was here and a boyfriend was here, and we were like talking all that, and then she was like giving her stories. I'm not going to go; it's her personal story, but things that they used to go up to. I mean, I will. Can I share one of them about this is one of them. This is just not about their sort of stuff. Our daughter used to do this, right, and she knows this. Everyone's going to know this. She's got to school, but she didn't want to eat the food, right?
Not the food. I used to pack lunch.
She used to pack lunch. So she didn't want to eat the packed lunch, right? So sandwiches or whatever, or buns with, So she just got to school. This is primary school. So got to school, come back. Not eat anything at lunch. Go to school, come back. And it carried on, right? And so each day you keep on making her food, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then got to the point where one of the days, my wife grabbed her bag, and her bag was like heavy as anything. And she's like, hey, what are these books that she's carrying? This is heavy. What you realise that she had like a month's worth of...
No, there's more than a month.
...of food in foil in her bag.
Let me tell this story. It's so much more funny, because I actually was the one who had to witness all of this. So every day she's coming back and forth, going with the sandwiches, months on end. And I'm like, okay, her bag's hanging here. Why is it so heavy? So I've opened it. As I'm opening it, a whole load of like iron dust felt like there was just, and it smelled. I was like, what the hell? But it was more the dust. It was like mist. What's going on? Open it, move a few things around, and then it's just like, no, you could see green. Gangrene, I don't know what was growing off all of this. It was mold, it was everything, and there's no chance I'm putting my hand down there, so I'm like trying to move it around with a stick, whatever I've got. I can't remember what I was using, because no, I was not going to do it. The smell was so awful. So she's carrying this bag, putting her, I don't know, pea kit, whatever it is, her books on top each time going to school with it, and not putting it in the bin, because she's too scared that she's going to get told off, that someone's going to see her putting it in the bin. So she's been kind of back and forth. So where were you going to put it? I think in her head was, right, one day I'll put it in the front bin or something. I don't know when that day was going to come, because now we've got a whole bag. I could have weight trained with it. Was that heavy? And she's taking it to school. And then it's okay. We've told her, we confronted her, and she's all like tears, like, oh my God. So it wasn't just sandwiches, it's burgers, sandwiches, wraps, whatever. She didn't like any of it. They don't like cold food. Even now, she will not eat won't eat a sandwich unless it's like a hot kind of, I don't know, Subway or something. And she's only just, can you believe? It was only last year, I think, she tried Subway for the first time.
Yeah, she don't like cold
and she's like, oh my God, it's warm. I would not touch a sandwich otherwise. What we realised after was, okay, so we knew about this, like, oh my God, what the hell? How crazy. It was that bad. I can't even explain how bad it was. And then a couple of months or half a year down the line, we realised we're moving the fridge now because we've got a fridge freezer in the back, and we want to now take it out because we've got a new one. And as we're moving it, things are falling. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And there's loads of foil paper, which now have got nothing in them. They've molded away, which were sandwiches, molding away. Like, honestly, like so many, in the back of the freezer where you got those little, what do you call them? Those kind of silver, what are they?
What?
The thing at the back of the freezer. You have those kind of like whatever you call them. Yeah, they're all stuck behind there, like so many of them moving it, and they're all falling through, and half of them, I don't know, probably fed so many rats that we used to probably have come and go gerbils, whatever they used to be. We used to have some stuff coming to our freaking garage, but as soon as you picked the paper and you tried to open it, it just kind of shattered. They shattered. And the same with her bag. Whatever was in the bag, you tried to open it, it kind of shattered.
So basically,
crazy.
If she wasn't like hiding it in her bag or leaving it in her bag, she was hiding it behind the freezer.
Yeah.
And that's all she was doing. So can you imagine that she couldn't even come up to us, and it's like crazy, and just going, I don't want to eat it. No. And this is why we say to our son now, totally different. So everything's a learning curve though. And we found all that, and we're like going, oh my God. See, she did things behind our back, and now she tells us even more stuff. Oh, we also did this or that. Now it's like crazy. God. But what we do is, it's about learning from those things. It's like now with our son, we just go, look, give me your food. Do you want to have it? If you want it, number one, have it. You know what I mean? Eat it. Make sure you're going to eat it. If you're not going to have it, just don't take it. Don't waste it. Mm-hmm. I'd rather you be honest and tell us. And that's how we are more.
He comes back and you're like, I ate the chicken in the burger, but I took the bread away.
He tells everything. Yeah, he'll just go, I had lunch. I had 2 burgers. Well, I had a wrap. Took the wrap away. I just had the chicken. And I'm like, dude, you know what I mean? Well, I had this and I gave it to my friend. I'm like, what do you think? I'm paying for everyone's food. Yeah, honest, but he won't. He'll be honest. And then at the same time, he's like going, what the heck? But I respect him.
What was it the other day? We thought he bunked school and he didn't. He was like, no, this is what I was doing.
Yeah.
Tells us.
And what you call it, every single time I just look at him going, you know what? I love that you can be honest, regardless of if he thinks that I'm not going to be happy. And then I've got to process it in the sense of going, okay, I'm not happy about this. I didn't want him to do this. But he's honest. Now, how do I talk to him to say, okay, this is the learning thing for me and learning thing for you, how we can approach it? Weren't like that.
No.
And what I'm saying is the times have changed from we had to do things behind parents' backs.
Just imagine trying to talk to them.
People are. It's not that I'm saying people did it. I'm sure people did it. Even now, any person would do something. I mean, no youngster's going to go to their parents, hey, I've just bought a bottle of alcohol with my mates and had it. Yeah, I get it. But the thing is, the point of, if your parent was to confront you, what did you do? What happened? And you're going to make every lame excuse in the world. It wasn't me, it was my friend, it was so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. Just so it wasn't me, I'm the innocent party. And they'll go, then they'll stand up for you. And then the other person's parent is going, well, he'll do the same thing. It's because we can't go, Mum, Dad, yeah, I did. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. But this is what we did. There's a difference. That's respect. You know, instead of like making millions of reasons and lies and shit like that. And I think this is what it's like this podcast that we did.
It kind of got us thinking because she was telling us stuff about what she has done. She's been telling us her little stories.
And I know it'll continue because kids, we all want to do things. We want to try different things. And there's some things that we think, oh God, are we going to get in trouble? It is the way of life. But it's just that thing of like now we've talked about things that we've done, not major things, but things, just little things that we've probably done behind our parents' back. But what our thinking of thought was regarding our parents, what they're going to think, how they're going to feel, what we're feeling. But at the same time, we're also opening up to you guys that things still haven't changed in so many people's lives and homes. No matter how modern and progressive and the world is evolving, some places are still stuck there where we were back then, right? But what we've been doing is looking at it and going, okay, there's going to be things that your kids don't tell you, but there's things that you've got to learn. How can we communicate and work things out and make things better? Do you know what I mean? And I'm hoping that they do the same thing with their kids.
Yeah.
That, hey, remember what the stuff that we used to get up to? We weren't saints, but we're not bad people. We're youngsters exploring life. Sometimes, we'll get in trouble for it. Sometimes we'll make mistakes. But I'm sure, because my gran used to say, your dad, when he was in India, he used to do this. And when he came here, like like even then, he didn't have insurance when he was like first started driving, and he was here. He was about 18, and she used to go. The local Bobby, you know, he knew him. They knew the family knew him, and he used to go there. And the Bobby knew he didn't have. He had a license. I think he had no insurance or something. And my granny used to tell me all the time, and she used to go. So he'll wait. He'll look through the window, waiting, see the Bobby going by, and then all of a sudden he'll jump in his car and then he'll drive off the other way. So look, he did his things, and then the Bobby used to come back and knock on the door. Because the police knock on the door, and my gran used to go, like, where's the car who's taking it? And she was like going, I don't know, how am I supposed to? So he used to know he's taking it as well. He used to be looking, but he used to like grin at her, like as in, I knew he was going to do it. But what I'm saying is, but parents forget the things that they used to get up to. It doesn't matter if it's India or here, as youngsters, they didn't do everything right.
Yeah, of course they didn't.
But then they forget that, you know what, our kids, it's okay. You know, be a bit easy. Not always great. You want to like guide them, but you know, be understanding and that. So I think it's getting from the podcast. You learn a lot about yourselves, a lot about your kids, but a lot about society and how we can change the way that we think about stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe other people can start thinking in a different way to help. Anyway, that was the video. That was the latest podcast. Let us know anything that you guys have probably done behind your parents' backs. You know, if you don't mind sharing, or things that your kids now, if they are older, that they tell you that they used to get up to when they were younger, but now because the relationship has evolved and, you know, they're older, that they can openly, freely tell you guys, and you can laugh it off, because that's what sometimes does happen. When you're older and they're talking, we're not there going, how dare you, or getting angry or annoyed. We're just there going, you know, you laugh, you're going, times change. You know what I mean? It's part of life. Anyway, that was a video, and like I said, share, and hopefully we see you on the next one.
See you on the next one.
Take care. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.